we passed, but things went steadily downhill ever since the National Herald case came to the forefront and occupied center stage, and then after that issue after issue has been coming up and little business has been transacted through the winter session of Parliament. The nation had a lot of expectations, but those expectations have been belied. Why has that happened? What is the way forward? Well, to talk about it, who better than Parliamentary Affairs Minister Venkaiah Naidu. He's with us today, so thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Is there still any hope left that in this winter session some miracle might happen and we might see the passage of some crucial bills?
There is no need to have a miracle. There has to be a change of strategy of the Congress party. I don't know why they are obstructing. I don't agree with the impression that this winter session we have not passed enough bills. The Lok Sabha, for your information, has passed 12 bills. Amidst even some disturbance were there. But we had a very detailed discussion and then we were able to get 12 bills passed, and by giving maximum time to the members. Not only that, even on important issues like flood, drought, Nepal, even Pakistan, visit of the foreign minister to Pakistan, Indo-Pak relations, we had a very meaningful and in-depth discussion in the House. But unfortunately, in Rajya Sabha, except one bill, we could not get any other bill passed. Not because of the lack of numbers. It is because of the obstruction caused by the Congress and its friends. I am always optimistic. I feel that still there is time. We can make up the laws and then take up those important bills which are pending in Rajya Sabha, like the GST, like the real estate bill, like the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe prevention of atrocities bill, the waterways bill. There are many other important bills which are pending. I only hope that the Congress realizes that they are doing immense harm to the nation and then cooperate in running the House. They have got every right to oppose any bill on merits. But my only worry is they are not allowing the Rajya Sabha to function.
Right. Now, there are two ways that this could be handled. One is to address those issues because of which primarily the Congress has become obstructionist. The other is to get the bills through despite this obstructionism. Which is the one that you're still looking at?
I feel the Congress is not able to reconcile to the reality. The reality is people have given a mandate, massive mandate to Narendra Modi. He is the Prime Minister. He is growing popular day by day, not only India but also across the globe. Country after country is praising India, and they are showing much interest, and they are also complimenting the Prime Minister. You have seen the recent Paris climate conclave. The Indian viewpoint was agreed upon, and then yesterday American President complimented Indian Prime Minister and said it's because of India's initiative that we could have an unanimous resolution on the climate change. Secondly, the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, World Economic, and also all other international agencies are saying India is the best place for destination for investment and growth. And now the latest figures show that worldwide economy is going slow down, and China is little negative. India, there is a great opportunity to grow up to 8 to 8.5%. That being the case, I am not able to understand why our Congress friends, but for the political this thing, they are obstructing. Secondly, if the Congress party has no issue at all, frankly, they had brought this issue of National Herald. The government has nothing to do with the National Herald issue. It's a legal matter. In fact, it is an allegation was made by Dr. Subramania Swamy in 2001 when UPA was in power. And the Congress party challenged Swamy, if you have guts, go to the court. He had guts and he went to the court. And then the court has given a particular decision.
And when he went to the court, he wasn't even part of the BJP at that time.
He is not a member of the BJP at that time. No, whether he is a member of the BJP is secondary. But the legal matters has to be fought legally. The court response, summons has to be answered legally. Instead of that, they are blocking the parliament. But that is not the only reason. One reason or other, they are trying to invent and reinvent reasons and also sometimes manufacture reasons also.
They have a sack ministers list.
Yeah, the point is they are sacked from power because of their misdeeds and corruption and all. They cannot attribute the same to this government. None of my ministers is facing any charge whatsoever. You can criticize them politically, that's about the statements and all. But that's a political debate that has to take place outside. But as for the government, accountability, honesty, integrity is concerned, my ministers are above board, and there is an excellent team of ministers working very well. Then you see, one day VK Singh, another day Virendra Singh, one day Sushma Swaraj, one day Vasundhara Raje, one day Shivraj Singh Chauhan, one day this minister and that minister, because they want to tar everybody. Because they had tar on their face earlier, and now they want to tar, and they are adopting the spit and run tactics, which is not good for them and good for the country. My suggestion to them is, from the day one, on the eve of the parliament session, I called an all-party meeting. The Prime Minister was kind enough to come. He spent considerable time. And he also appealed to the opposition at the end of the meeting, please cooperate. We are ready to work an extra mile to accommodate your point of view. And let us see that the parliament functions effectively. And then we live up to the expectations of the people. That's the appeal he has made. Yes. And then subsequently...
He even called Sonia Gandhi and Dr.
And moreover, every session he goes to the other side and meets the opposition leaders. I don't say it's a great thing, but courtesies are always followed by this government. And then there was a log jam, supposed to be on GST. Then the Prime Minister himself took initiative, called Sonia ji and also Manmohan Singh ji to his residence for discussion, wherein the Finance Minister and myself also were called. We discussed. Sonia ji raised some 3 issues, saying these are the issues. So subsequently, Arun Jaitley, Finance Minister, has responded to those issues, and now practically those issues are addressed. Yes. Because there is universal acceptance that you cannot have a cap on the tax in the Constitution. Nowhere in the world, and in India also, no party is supporting it. And they themselves have not brought in it when they brought the bill originally, either through Pranab Mukherjee ji or even Chidambaram ji. Second is about that 1%. The Finance Minister already made it very clear. After consultation, if that's not required, then okay. The third one is about the arbitration. Judicial arbitration is the end of the matter. But as far as these issues are concerned, it has to be decided by the GST Council, 2/3 state, and then 1/3 central representation. And if there is a dispute, and then 3/4 of them has to pass it. So we are ready for a reasonable discussion on this, and then for have to have a positive conclusion.
And you're also ready for a discussion on issues related to corruption.
Yeah, all issues, on every issue. You see the difference.
But not issues related to states.
The point is, even that also you have seen, there must be a common policy. You cannot have pick and choose. You want to discuss Arunachal, you want to discuss Punjab, then you must be ready to discuss Assam, you must be ready to discuss Kerala, you must be ready to discuss Karnataka. They are saying don't discuss Congress-ruled states, but we want to discuss only non-Congress-ruled states. How can you accept it? You cannot have double standards in this. They want some incident which has happened in Punjab government to be dismissed. Then similar incidents happened in Dadri, Uttar Pradesh, should it be dismissed? Kalburgi incident happened in Karnataka, ruled by Congress, should it be dismissed? So many things are happening in Kerala, atrocious. But do you say that we have to dismiss the Kerala government? Is the way? We have to keep the federal spirit in mind. Parliament is there to discuss, debate and decide. And assemblies are there to discuss the state issues. But even on Arunachal Pradesh governor issue, every issue we have been saying, come on, let us discuss, but through rules and regulations. Every day, this is the speciality of the opposition this time, particularly Congress party. Every day they are giving half a dozen to dozen adjournment motions. If not this, that. If not that, this and all. Just to gain publicity, that's all. Adjournment motion happens once in a way, once in a year, and something which happens suddenly, yes, of serious significance, etc. Yesterday there was an adjournment motion, for example, people should know, to discuss about the tourism in Bihar. Adjourn the parliament. Okay. This sort of things they are raising. And that's why the government is saying we are ready for discussion. And each and every issue, we have nothing to feel shy, nothing to worry, nothing to cover up. We believe in transparency.
Discussion is okay, but you feel that
disruption is
they don't want discussion?
They don't want discussion. See, they try to raise the issue.
And you cannot give in to their demand because they want sacking of half a dozen ministers.
The point is, question do not arise
You're
at all.
ruling it out.
Because of honesty, they should be sacked or what?
Okay.
Should they pay a prize for their honesty and for their good work and all? Okay. One of the great ministers of this government, Sushma Swaraj, the way in which they dealt with her. Now again, another important minister, very dutiful minister, honest minister, Sri Arun Jaitley, who is acclaimed as one of the best ministers in this government. They just make some unfounded allegations and all.
And there is no middle ground possible on this.
The point is very simple. They must accept that they have to follow the rules of the game. They are becoming restive, unnecessary, try to create tension and defocus attention from the developmental path of the government. We want development and speedy development and also good governance. That is our agenda. We are moving steadfast on that. But unfortunately, our Congress friends, they are not able to digest the fact, as I told you, that they have been rejected and Modi has been given a mandate. Let them, first of all, have tolerance towards the mandate of the people. They are becoming intolerant towards the mandate of the people. That's precisely the issue.
Right. So you're saying that the issues that are leading to disruption, they cannot be addressed in the manner the opposition is seeking. So we'll take a short break at this point and then we'll explore how things can then move forward so that all these laws that have been hanging fire for a long time can be brought to fruition despite this disruption. We'll be looking at that after a short break. Stay tuned for this special chat.
इनमें से एक है आपकी टिकिया और एक फेना। अब आप ही बताइए कौन सी बेहतर है?
ये है ज्यादा सफेद।
फेना?
ब्लाइंड टेस्ट में 60% से ज्यादा लोगों ने फेना टिकिया को अपनी टिकिया से बेहतर पाया है। 10 रुपए की फेना टिकिया पर 40 ग्राम ज्यादा और 5 रुपए की फेना टिकिया पर 25 ग्राम मुफ्त।
मैंने सही वक्त पर सही दाव लगाया तो जीत हुई पक्की, और आपने सही वक्त पर सही कर चुकाया तो देश की तरक्की होगी पक्की। इसलिए सही कर हर बार दें, विकास को रफ्तार दें।
नीचे
काकी, घर में शौचालय कहाँ है? बहू को घर में कहाँ, खुले में ही जाना पड़ेगा। फिर तो तुम घूंघट भी खोल ही दो। एक तरफ तो आपको बहू का घूंघट भी सरकाना गवारा नहीं और दूसरी तरफ उसे खुले में। इस तरह तो हमने कभी सोचा ही नहीं था। तो अब सोचो, घर में शौचालय बनवाओ और इस्तेमाल करो।
स्वच्छ भारत मिशन, एक कदम स्वच्छता की ओर।
जहाँ सोच वहाँ शौचालय।
ये है मास्टर राजू, पढ़ाई लिखाई में कमजोर और खेल कूद के मैदान में पीछे। राजू की कमजोरी की वजह है उसका भोजन। राजू की मां खाने में इस्तेमाल करती है साधारण नमक। डॉक्टर बताते हैं कि आयोडीन की कमी से बच्चे के शारीरिक और मानसिक विकास में बाधा पहुंचती है। इसलिए आज ही अपनाएं शक्ति और बुद्धि का रक्षक आयोडीन नमक। एक व्यक्ति के लिए आयोडीन नमक का मासिक खर्च 1 कप चाय की कीमत से भी कम बैठता है।
सवारी जिंदगी चुटकी भर नमक, आयोडीन नमक।
These days, it's important to have an updated resume. Here's mine. Praful Kumar, Major Praful Kumar, Para Special Forces. 3 years served in a hostile zone. Tough assignment. Special service in J&K. Made some friends there. Combat free fall specialist. Willing to shed blood. As you can see, I wear my heart on my sleeve and my resume on my uniform. Which other company lets you do that?
We are India's most exciting workplace, and we are making you an offer. The Indian Army. Live a life less ordinary.
Welcome back. We're in this special conversation with Parliamentary Affairs Minister Venkaiah Naidu. So thank you once again. If I could ask you, since it's difficult to address the kind of demands that the opposition is making, how are you looking for the future? It's just a few days left.
If there is any reasonable demand, the government is willing to accommodate them.
But right now you're saying that demands are not reasonable.
Their demands are invented, manufactured issues. There is no issue at all really. They're all manufactured issues. One. Second is, look at the other opposition parties. The Congress is practically isolated.
Yes.
No party is joining with them in their walkout or also in their protest, etc.
Except for once or twice on
once or twice on certain issues where there may be some...
You have Trinamool Congress supporting,
I have no problem.
Half-hearted support.
Opposition protesting, they have got every right. Opposition differing with the government, they have got every right. What I always say is, government propose, you oppose, let the house dispose. That is the basic principle of democracy. They are saying, accept whatever we are saying.
Yeah.
And they are trying to dictate us. That is not acceptable. I request the Congress party, we have done an excellent job in the first year, passed so many legislations, created a record. Everywhere people appreciated about the functioning of the parliament. And then we had cooperation from the opposition also. We complimented the opposition for the same. Now they have realized the country is moving forward, international recognition, respect is growing, popularity is growing, it should be stopped. But for that, there is no other reason for the Congress party to stall these legislation.
Even the Speaker referred it to as dictatorship of the few.
It's a tyranny of minority. Tyranny of minority. That's the phrase used. My point is GST is a Congress initiative. Real estate, a Congress initiative. Prevention of atrocities and scheduled caste, scheduled tribe is a Congress initiative. Why they are opposing their own initiatives, I am not able to understand. One, they raise some issues. Those issues are addressed. Those issues are addressed. Even now, we are ready to discuss with them and then address those issues.
Do they feel that
the issue is not the real issue?
You will get the credit of what they initiated?
We are ready to give them credit also. Let them also take the credit. Put the debit in our account.
Okay.
The point is, first of all, the people has to be benefited. There is a great opportunity awaiting India for a speedy economic growth. Economic growth means more jobs, more opportunities, and then happiness for the people. They are preventing it from happening.
That's what the Prime Minister also said, that it's the poor who are being harmed. It's not just about the GST, but a lot of bills that are pro-poor that will help the poor come out of their misery, they are being blocked as well. Now, you identified the problem right at the start. You said Lok Sabha is not the problem. A dozen bills have been passed even in this session. In Rajya Sabha, what is your strategy? What do you expect, say, from the chair? Because the chair is, it plays a crucial role to in ensuring that the House runs smoothly.
The chair should really see to it that the House functions properly. Government is ready to extend any cooperation. But if somebody is bent upon disrupting, and if they do it on a regular basis, the chair has to take necessary action.
What could that action be?
The action, I don't want to say it what the chair has to do and all. Chair knows its responsibilities and also its rights also. We have seen umpteen number of times how the Women's Bill was passed in Rajya Sabha. Let me remind the people how the Telangana creation bill was passed in Rajya Sabha. The entire country has seen it.
Yes.
I myself was there. I was fighting a lonely battle almost, and 32.
Do you think those measures are needed now? The nation needs those.
The nation needs measures that preserve democracy, allow debate and discussion and decision. President of India also said, discuss, debate, and then decide. Do not disrupt. He has been saying it continuously. The chair also is trying his best. But the point is, there has to be somewhere the chair has to act. This is the urge of the people. Act, because if somebody is determined, so once in a way there will be emotion, once in a way some people will be shouting, once in a way sometimes they go to well of the house also. If they say, no, we will do it, we will not allow this house to function, then it's bringing bad name to the country, to the democracy, to Rajya Sabha also. Why Lok Sabha is functioning? Why Rajya Sabha is not functioning? Because Lok Sabha, the government side have majority. In Rajya Sabha, the Congress have good numbers. That precisely that's the reason. And using that good numbers, they are following bad methods and obstructing the functioning of the House. So I only hope, now the only hope left is, there are two ways. Congress should relent, and then if they have some serious issue, they should discuss with us. We have been in touch with them. The Prime Minister himself has invited them. I have been in regular touch, and Finance Minister also in touch as the leader of the House in Rajya Sabha, sort out the issues, or they should agree for a debate wherein they can oppose some of these bills. If they don't want to give credit to this government, let them oppose the bills also, because they have got every right. But they let the House function so that people will know what is the view of the upper house also. Upper house means Elders' house. Elders' house is supposed to be more mature, more knowledgeable, and more dignified also. That's the expectation of the people. That's not happening, unfortunately.
It's an ideal situation if the chair in the Rajya Sabha ensures that the House functions in whatever way that is possible. You've suggested some ways by saying we've seen how the Telangana bills were passed. We'll see
Women's
that
reservation.
Sorry?
Women's reservation.
Yes.
That bill also was passed in Rajya Sabha.
Yes. But we don't know if that will be resorted to. There are other ways that have been talked about as well. The Finance Minister talked about how certain bills can be treated as even money bills, or it can be done through executive action. Is that a route that will now be more of a rule than the exception?
The legislative measures are required to speed up reforms, to remove the lacunas, if any, in the present laws, and then also to take new initiatives. The government will be functioning irrespective the bill is passed or not. The benefits of the reforms, if it has to reach the people, certain legislative measures are required. They are being stalled, one. Secondly, you cannot have a joint session for passing the GST because GST is a constitutional amendment. You need to have separate sittings of both the houses. They need to discuss and then they have to pass it and then it has to go to states and more than half of the states has to approve it also.
Yes.
But there is a possibility that you can have a special session. If you are not able to pass the GST in this session, you can have a special session subsequently. But the issue is again, the opposition, particularly the Congress party, should allow the House to function.
Yes.
They are not able to give any explanation whatsoever to the people why they are obstructing. And sometimes they support it in Lok Sabha, they oppose it in Rajya Sabha. That is what is surprising to me.
I know it is mystifying at some levels, but now there are, of course, two ways to tackle it once the winter session is over. Your party can do its own in terms of going aggressively against the Congress, taking the message to the people that the Congress is being obstructive. But your Parliamentary Affairs Minister, your responsibility is something else. How will you ensure that there is some back channel open?
That is always happening. We are in regular touch with our Congress friends.
But there have been days when you called up the Congress, their leader thrice, and they didn't get back to you in this session itself.
See, I don't want to make that an issue. I try, you will win at last. I believe in that philosophy. I have been trying. I still hope even now, there are only 3 days left, still you can have these bills passed also. There are umpteen examples in Rajya Sabha where the Rajya Sabha has passed a record number of bills in very shortest possible time.
You can have extended sittings.
Extended sitting, you can sit up to 10, 11. We sat also earlier.
Yes.
We have that past record also. So I will be persuading our friends. Even yesterday, I was in touch with some of them, and then other parties are suggesting to us, sir, you call them formally. I don't want to simply call a formal meeting and complete the formality and then accuse and all. Accusation is not going to help me. What is required is to take them also on board. I will be making efforts till the last moment.
Would you think it will be a good idea to even say have another meeting at 7 RCR? The Prime Minister could take the initiative there, because a lot of people feel that the Prime Minister, if he takes an initiative, it will be taken very seriously.
You know, the Prime Minister took initiative, invited the Congress President, invited Manmohan Singh. I was present in the meeting. Not only that, Prime Minister told Congress President and also former Prime Minister, sir, periodically we shall meet. And then as and when, if you feel there is something which needs my attention, please pick up the phone and talk to me. I am willing to discuss with you. This is what he conveyed to Manmohan Singh ji, what he has conveyed to Sonia ji. Sonia ji said, okay, as and when issue comes, we will meet. Otherwise, there is no need for regular meetings like that. And then on periodical meetings of leaders of opposition always being held on the eve of the session. Prime Minister also is present in that. There is no question of any prestige or any ego problem in this. Right from the day one, Prime Minister has been saying we must accommodate the viewpoint of the opposition. I was always echoing the sentiment, saying that opposition must have its say and government must have its way. Way because mandate is given to the government, not because of any reason.
Right. And so you're saying that no avenue will be left unexplored as far as ensuring that
I will explore every possibility. I have no problem. I yesterday informed the leader of the opposition in Rajya Sabha, please join me tomorrow. If you have any problem, then I will come to your room. I have sent him a message also. I am willing to come to your room. There is no problem. I am ready to meet anybody. On the eve of the last year session, I went to Congress President's house, Congress President Sonia ji's house, because we don't consider Congress people as our enemies. They are our political rivals. In a democracy, politics has to be in a give and take approach and then respect each other. But only thing on matters, for example, on National Herald, you can't expect the government to go to the rescue and then tell the court you don't proceed like this and all. That's not. Because the law must be allowed to take its own course. And they made a big hue and cry and they made a big issue. Later they have realized that is boomerang on them, and then they started shifting to other issues. Every day they are shifting issues, inventing issues. That's the problem. Otherwise, if there are genuine issues, we can walk an extra mile and then sort out those issues also.
So if you could make a final appeal to the chair in the Rajya Sabha, what would you say to ensure that the House functions smoothly and all those bills that are hanging fire, especially in the upper house?
Yesterday, for information, the Honorable Prime Minister met the chair in Rajya Sabha and then expressed his concern about Rajya Sabha not functioning and important bills are pending. I have also met earlier the chairman. I will be meeting him also. We are not trying to criticize the chair. We also see the predicament of the chair also. But when somebody is hell-bent, saying that I don't allow the house at all. Yesterday, chair has tried his best, saying that he has appealed to them, please go to your seats. Initially they went, and again they came back to the well of the house. He said no play cards. They are not caring for the advice given by the chair also. They are always defining the chair. The deputy chairman of the Rajya Sabha, he is trying his best in spite of that, and you are not able to consult them. There are other ways available as per the rules of the Rajya Sabha. There are precedents also. One has to think on those lines. If somebody is consistently floating the norms, rules, regulations, and publicly declaring this session will be washed out, what does it mean? The session will be a washout.
It's premeditated.
Yeah.
But we'll have to wait and see if this works, and let's hope that some way is found.
People are watching, they are becoming restive. There is a debate is going on.
Yeah, it may boil on.
I have seen in the social media, a lot of youngsters have taken to social media. They are carrying on a campaign saying that some such chalao.
Well, let's hope that their appeal is heard, and if it's going unheard, let's hope that some action is taken to ensure that the House runs smoothly, and we wish you all the best and hope that you can do a lot more for the nation. You've already been trying, but let's hope that all the effort that you're putting in also comes to fruition as well. Thank you so much for joining us today, and all the best for the future as well. Thank you.
भारत में बच्चों से जुड़ा जो कानून बना है वो सुरक्षा, इलाज, पुनर्वास की बुनियाद पर बना हुआ है। आज ये बहस तेज हो गई है।
1, 2, 4 के नाम पे पूरे कानून को नहीं आप अभी एट दिस स्टेज आप बदलिए।
जिसके साथ तुम अपराध कर रहे हो उसी को तुम कटघरे में खड़ा करो, बाकी को कह रहे हो वो तो बच्चा है, वो तो छोटा है, उसको तो छोड़ दो।
जहाँ नीतियां बनती हैं, कानून बनते हैं, उस लिहाज से जो आज का माहौल है संसार में, उसमें बच्चे बहुत जल्दी मैच्योर हो रहे हैं।
नीड ऑफ केयर एंड प्रोटेक्शन और कन्फ्लिक्ट विद लॉ, ये दोनों को बैलेंस करके जब तक नहीं चला जाएगा तब तक ये चीज बदलने वाली नहीं है।
द क्राइम एंड द पनिशमेंट शुड बी incommensurate with that what I have committed, so therefore I must face the crime.
No restrictions on India for our growth plan as we have chalked out in our INDCs, and there will not be any target imposed by somebody, and that is the biggest game. I think the long-range solution is what Indian government is trying. Stubble burning in the farms of Punjab and Haryana have been reduced by 30%. It's a major victory. This is the biggest program. So renewable along with coal production will bring down the emissions.